Hello, I'm There's the Cartographer, and this is the third video in my Fallout 76 post-Wastelanders main quest series, and here we are in Flatwoods. We ended up here last time picking up the holotape here from the Overseer within the Overseer's cache, and it's now time for us to become a volunteer, but along with that we are going to take a look around Flatwoods and look at all the lore materials here. Again, we're going to try to keep this to half an hour, so this may end up being 2 videos, we will see. So, let's get started. In fact, well, no, we can't actually fully log into this terminal until later, so we'll come back to it. But why don't we head over there and start the process of becoming a volunteer first? Okay, so we got these terminals here. Self-registration kiosks. Welcome, Survivor. This program was developed to turn regular survivors into certified responder volunteers. As a volunteer, your job is to help others, and our job as responders is to help everyone, including you. Volunteers, register here. Okay, got some caps. Looks like we just completed something here. Let's see. Welcome, volunteer. Transferring course to your external hardware. Done. Report to responder Kesha McDermott for further instructions. So that's interesting because we have a pit boy, but not everyone does have one. So how did this work for people that didn't have one? Anyway, people directory. Okay, so we've got a lot of people here. We'll go through all these. Binami, Dasa. Rank responder assignment, leader of the Flatwoods Responders Outpost, specialty leadership. Last checked in, November 5th, 2096. Last location, Flatwoods Church. Housing assignment, 8 Church Road. Notes, leads the Flatwood Outpost for the responders, documenting the responders' good deeds. Miguel Caldera. Responder, job engineer. Specialty, survival training, robotics, programming. Last checked in, June 15th, 2096. Last location, Morgantown Airport. Housing assignment, 17 Bridge Street. Notes, installed new self-serve kiosks and automated pantry. Transferred to Morgantown Airport to build shelters for survivors. Colonel. Rank responder, job caretaker, specialty caregiver for children. Last checked in May 21st, 2096. Last location unknown. Housing assignment, 13 Bridge Street. Notes, joined the responders when he was 13. Dedicated to helping kids learn to survive. Kesha McDermott. Rank, responder, job, researcher, specialty, hydrology, education. Last checked in, October 25th, 2096. Last location, Flatwoods River. Housing assignment, 3 Church Road. Notes, monitoring water safety protocol in Flatwoods. Conducting ongoing hydrology experiments. Colin McLeader. Rank, responder volunteer, job engineer, specialty, trying to contact the responders. Last checked in, November 20th, 2096. Last location, Morgantown Airport. Housing assignment, none. Notes, trying to contact the responders. Anybody really. Can anyone see this? Scott Shepard. Rank volunteer, job nurse, specialty, knowledge of the big picture. Last checked in, March 15th, 2096. Last location, Green Country Motel. Housing assignment, 2 Church Road. Notes, studying the reasons why. Has theories on many topics, mostly political or paranormal. Gary Wilkins. Rank, responder volunteer, job, survival coordinator, specialty, courier, navigation. Last checked in, July 24th, 2096. Last location, unknown. Housing assignment, 17 Bridge Street. Notes, transferred to Morgantown Airport. Delbert Winters. Rank, responder, job, morale officer, chef. Specialty, cooking, preaching, morale. Last checked in, July 24th, 2096. Last location, Delbert's home. Housing assignment, 21 Bridge Street. Notes, runs the Flatwoods kitchen and potluck, trains survivors in food safety. And Sophie Yates. Rank, volunteer candidate. Job, unassigned. Specialty, undeclared. Last checked in, July 24th, 2096. Last location, Delbert's home. Housing assignment, 10 Church Road. Notes, student in Delbert's volunteer training class since January 20th, 2096. Okay, let's talk about these people real quick now that I've read all of them. Dasa Benami led the outpost. Miguel Caldera was transferred to the airport along with his boyfriend, Gary Wilkins. Colonel was brought in as a child. He ended up taking care of children. Kesha McDermott was formerly a high school teacher. We're going to learn a lot of this stuff, but I'm just going to go over it real quick here. Was formerly a high school teacher. She was over in Watoga, came over here after the bombs, was very interested in keeping water clean. Colonic leader, one of the very last responders before everybody either left the area or was dead. Scott Shepard, kind of a nut job. Delbert Winters was the guy who originally ran the church across the street. He lived here his whole life, as far as I can tell. War veteran. We'll get into a little bit more of him. Sophie Yates, effectively just a raider, responsible for the murder of Delbert Winters. Okay, and her own suicide. So that completes first contact, which gives us a responder's paramedic jumpsuit, 5 healing salves, 72 10mm rounds, a hatchet, and a plan. Quest started. Thirst things first. Become a responder volunteer by completing basic training courses. Okay. Let's put on that responder's outfit now that we have one. Okay, there we go. Along with that, there's some medication and stuff here, but I'm going to leave that be for the moment. There's a note over here. Free cooking lessons. Delicious and free. Cooking lessons. Just outside Flatwoods Tavern in the parking lot. Reverend Delbert Winters leads cooking lessons every day. Free to all survivors. Come get fed and learn how to cook the old-fashioned way. Menu. Reverend Winters' famous Appalachili. Corn pone. Yum. Cranburgers. It's definitely meat. Well, probably. At least some of it. Kindly refer to your local friendly responder for details and class schedules. Okay. Got some caps here on the table. Along with that, just some other junk here. We got a holotape here, but this is not actually related to local lore here. I mean, it kind of is because it talks about the Flatwoods monster, but not really related to the actual ongoing stuff within the Fallout universe here. So just gonna ignore that. Kitchen back here. We got the Flatwoods Tavern purchase order history. This is interesting. Okay, it's a holotape. Okay, but it's one of those ones where it's a log that you can view on a computer. September 2096. So you can see here, I'm not actually going to read all this out, but I'm just going to kind of explain it. You can see here that they were ordering a large quantity of meat, bottled beer, and wine, right? Vegetables, somewhat small amount. Along with that, they are growing vegetables here. In October, they order a lot less meat. You can see that. And not giant bug meat, they're saying, but buy a lot of beer. And more vegetables. And November, they were still buying meat and beer and no vegetables as of November. So, I mean, that's the kind of crazy thing, is that this is when I think that the airport fell, was in November 2096, which tells you that Flatwoods was still operating even without most of the responders here. Okay, we got a little locked up area here. Along with that, we have this refrigerator. We're going to open this. And we're going to take this thing and listen to it because it actually leads us to a special cache across the river.
Help! Someone please help me! Please let me out! Please! Please! I'm begging you! Don't leave me here! Please! Please! I'll give you anything you want! Money? Yeah? You want caps? My life savings! I'll tell you where it is! Go to the graveyard behind the church. The rightmost grave. Stand on it. Walk directly across the river. Halfway up the hill. There's a small clearing. My savings are in an old stump. A little bit off the right, I swear! Please! Don't leave me here, please! I'm begging you, please!
Alright, so there you go.
Reminder to myself. The responders are good people. They're trying their damn best, for sure. Things aren't good, and stuff is getting worse. Anyway, this is a reminder to myself. A reminder that this gun, it's my insurance. Things get real bad and the food runs out or water runs dry. I get to decide how I leave this goddamn world. I'm not gonna let myself suffer. I'm not gonna die hungry and alone. I can't.
Ooh, that's a rough end for him then in that refrigerator. Okay,
Chloe looks after me.
so we got a
She's the
console
best
here,
guardian a
kitchen
girl could
terminal.
have.
Experimental pantry prototype version 0.1.02. Current stockpile, food, critical, water, critical. Emergency volunteer program activated. Log in. And let's see, we got volunteers should donate potato soup and ribeye steaks. Kitchen patrol. Delbert's Comfort Cookbook. New Comfort Cookbook recipes detected. Updating database. Okay. Containment details. Old deep freeze tank holds 500 pounds of steak at maximum. Temperature may be hot or cold when deposited. Automated pantry only accepts ribeye steaks right now. Additional food donations will be in update 0.2.0. Steaks must be cooked to medium rare only. Carbon levels tweaked to reject all other consistencies. Well done steaks may be deposited in the leather scrap box for armor usage. Okay, run diagnostics. Running diagnostics, done. Internal refrigeration temperature, 108 degrees. Internal freezer temperature, 153 degrees. Sending alert to Miguel, done. Not really the best temperature for preserving food. Alright, so we got some bugs here. Current known issues with the automated pantry. Bugs, temperature control is broken. Status open, urgent. From Delbert, it's not just disgusting, this is a sanitation issue. The food is all rotten. From Miguel, partial fix applied. You can no longer receive food from the automated pantry. Delbert responding, I need the food in this pantry for the potluck. From Miguel, I added a diagnostic tool for now. I have to return to the airport immediately, but I will fix it when I get back. Can't detect ribeye steaks properly. From Delbert, it isn't registering my contributions as a volunteer. I need to be able to train survivors with this program this week. And Miguel in response, I've updated the automated pantry program, but you do have to cook the meat properly for it to detect the charbroil and the meat type. Can't detect potato soup properly. From Delbert, same as the ribeye steak problem. Miguel in response, I have to add a compartment to store fluids separately from the steak. Otherwise it all gets stored together. I'll need to get Gary to pick up some parts at the Morgantown airport. It'll take at least a month probably. What do you want me to do? From Delbert, just close it. For now, ribeye steak will have to do. Still says milk on the machine. From Delbert, it's just confusing, isn't it? From Miguel, maybe Colonel can help with this? I can't paint. Okay. So yeah, this is an interesting machine over here. I just saw a holotape here. 1 second. Yeah, we will eject that and listen to it. It is, where is it there? Volunteer Training Program Food.
Interview 2, Reverend Delbert Winters. Hi, I met you in the woods near the Morgantown airport. You were picking flowers. Why?
I was harvesting a lot of stuff, actually. I hunted deer recently. Looked strange, but tasted fine.
Okay. Well, what's a basic, easy meal that someone who's been surviving on cans could make?
You can make tea with dried flowers. It's not much, but it can soothe your stomach. I don't know what this flower is called, but I call it a soot flower. If you add it to water, you can make a tea. Same with rabbit meat or chicken meat. You can easily make soups with boiled water. God willing, we can adapt old recipes to new types of food.
Well, what do you mean by that?
Back in the Army, we got sent off to places with weird fish I'd never heard of and weird veggies I'd never seen again. You know, we had to cook with them still. Just pretend it's catfish or something. You see how it turns out. But now, well, let me say that I've seen some weird stuff. I thought maybe it was unholy, but these are all the creation of our Lord, even if man has manipulated them, and dang it, they're still edible.
Oh, okay. Well, what kind of veggies do you eat?
Yeah, there are still some edible veggies out there, like melons, carrots, and gourds. You know, I found some tomatoes and potatoes growing together. They're somehow pollinating each other or something. I ate one, and it was kind of like ketchup-flavored cardboard, but hey, I'm alive. You might have to experiment like that. Don't be too picky if it keeps you alive to see the end of times.
Sounds like you've been thinking about this for a while.
You could say that. I knew the end was coming for a good long while. And, well, it's here. And the end will come again. I have faith that there's a reason for all this, and that we need to survive to see our Lord again. And, well, we need food to survive.
Fair enough. Thanks for the tips, Delbert.
Okay, if you didn't see it, I just picked up the recipe there, but let's head upstairs. Now, we are actually nearly done with all of the lore you can find here in the Flatwoods Tavern. Here we go, though. Survivor Story, Tabitha.
Just talking to this? Oh, yeah, am I loud enough? Okay. Hi. What do you want me to say exactly? Yeah, so just talk about how you got here and maybe a little bit about your life. This is a historic document. Go ahead, Tabitha. Okay, so, well, thanks. Okay. I've been sober for 9 days. I got here 9 days ago. My name is Tabitha. And this is my story. I just found out about everything. The war, the bombs, I just realized this was really happening. For years, I thought the chems were playing tricks with my mind, hurting my brain. I thought it was the worst trip ever. Every time I'd come out of my haze long enough to look for food, I'd find more chems, and, well, they kept going. And I kept seeing madness. Look, I would have been wandering around fighting giant rats and eating garbage if not for the responders. They're good folks. That doc in the church, got me some meds that are helping out a lot. And they have group therapy meetings, and it's good. It's good. I think it's helping. But listen, you should avoid the mountains. They'll just get you mixed up. Get you doing things you don't want to do. Hurting people mostly. And there are so many chems up there. I spent too long there, and I hurt people. I couldn't think right. I couldn't. Oh, it's okay, Tabitha. Remember what we said in the group? Take your Addictol and rest, and things will be okay soon. It's okay. We're here for you. Yeah, I'm taking it. When I feel better, I'm going out west, though. Getting out of this place. Getting out, getting away from the chems, all of this. I feel better every day, but, you know, years of chems, years of rads, years of sleeping in the muck. It adds up. Yeah. I'm gonna get back to sleep now, okay? Okay. Thanks for sharing your story, Tabitha. Get some sleep. You'll be okay. You're safe now.
Yeah, Tabitha definitely was lying there, and she's been lying to these people for a while. The fact that she kind of delved a little bit into it, I think accidentally, when she said avoid the mountains. She actually got genuine there. She said at the beginning of this that she was in a daze. She just found out about the bombs. But then later she said, I hurt people. So she was clearly with the raiders up in the mountains. Now, I think she regrets her actions up there, and I'm all for giving people second chances, especially when they are genuinely remorseful. But she was definitely lying at the beginning of that conversation. Anyway, though, okay, now that we've finished everything here in the Flatwoods Tavern, let's head over to Kesha McDermott down by the river. Now, strangely enough, Kesha, whose body has been down here by the river for the past 6 years now? 7 years? It's not rotted. Alright, let's grab the water testing kit. We'll take the Fury and pre-war money and listen to Survivor Story, Kesha McDermott.
DASA has asked us all to document our stories for posterity, you know. Seems like a fine idea. So, hi, I am Kesha McDermott. When the bombs fell, I was in Watoka, coordinating a statewide science fair for that year's high school kids. And the theme was the future of energy. After the bombs, everything was pretty chaotic. Scavenging for food and fighting off rabid survivors. Oh, it was just a bad time all around. I found a couple of surviving kids from the high school whose parents didn't make it. And we holed up in a house in town for a while. After a bit, I was able to solder the circuitry in an old radio, and we tuned into a broadcast from the responders. Oh, we were overjoyed. The trip from Watoka to Flatwoods, it was rough, mind you. The kids and I ran into a group of assholes in the mountains who stole our food and water. I can't tell you how happy I was to find the responders in Flatwoods. Tents for everyone, open kitchens, medical supplies, protection. We were safe. They had a problem, though. Their water sources were contaminated heavily. People were boiling water, but not long enough to make it safe. So, I stepped up and I said, I'll build a testing kit to monitor the contamination, and I will teach folks how to properly boil water. And I did. The world is getting better, but slowly. We need to make sure it doesn't relapse, too. It's going to take time and care, that's all. Well, time, care, and science.
Okay, so the quest First Things First now has us take a sample from the river, which we can just do by collecting it. And with that, we need to also get a sample from Flatwoods water pumps. And the water pumps, well, it's giving us a little indicator on the map, but it's over by the community gardens. So let's head over that way now. So yeah, there are Brahmin roaming about the town, and we're already not far from the end of this video, but it's telling me we're going to need to be here for at least a second video, maybe even a third. We'll see. This place has so much lore in it. Okay, here we go. Community gardens. As you can see, they were growing some mute fruit there, some silt beans, and right up over here, one of the pumps, just hit collect. There we go. You might have to wait a minute for the game to realize that you clicked on it, and then it'll give you what you need. And with that, we're going to take it back. Whoa. What is he running from? Anyway, we're going to take this back and analyze this stuff in Kesha's lab, which I believe is in the church, although she also did have her own little home. But yeah, I'm pretty sure we're heading over to the church right now. Yeah, so the town has the Brahmin and the opossums. It now also has, as I mentioned in the last video, scavengers and wanderers. And, of course, Heather Ellis in there. Did I just hear a feral ghoul? I know there are feral ghouls here. Could have sworn I heard one of them. Yep. Okay. Alright. Let's run this stuff through the laboratory equipment. Analyze water sample. Reading water testing kit data. Water type, dirty. Diseases, severe. Conclusion, water has not significantly improved since the last sample from the same coordinates. Updating volunteer status. So, assuming that the last record here came in from the people who were here before the scorching, that is a long time for the water not improved, but it's also pretty consistent with what we find in the later games where the water's still heavily radioactive. Okay, archives. Okay, so we've got samples here that have been recording things from 2092 to 2096, rivers and well, and they're all contaminated. But as you can actually see, yeah, they are getting better. Back in mid to late 2092, it was fatal levels of contamination. Then we get down to extreme levels. Then you get down to severe contamination, and now I assume we're actually in serious contamination. So, not fatal, but seriously contaminated. Okay, there's also a holotape here. Let's grab that, and we'll play it.
This is my first interview with another survivor, Kesha McDermott. She found me trying to break into a Nuka-Cola machine and showed me a different way.
Volunteer.
So, Kesha, can you tell us a bit about how we can make sure our water is safe for drinking? Try to keep it to the basics for training purposes.
Oh, it's not complicated, really. Find water and strain out any big particles and chunks. Then, boil it in a pot over an open fire for a minute or two, then let it cool. Should be fine. Like making tea, right?
Uh-huh. You joined the responders a while ago and helped develop a program to train volunteers. So, were you a survivalist prior to all of this?
You could say that. I taught high school kids. I used to talk about this very thing to them. Practical application of the sciences. It's fascinating, but you never realize how important some things will be down the road, do you?
I guess not. So if we were students of yours, what would you tell us about the world now? How can we survive?
That's a good question, Dasa. Well, I would tell you all to remain calm and focus on surviving. The first thing you need to do is get yourself some clean drinking water. It's likely all you'll find is dirty water, but that's okay. We can fix it. Dirty water carries a small chance of disease, and it's a bit radioactive. You'll probably survive if you drink it, but you shouldn't take that risk. It's better than toxic water or nuclear waste, though, which are both very harmful and should be boiled thoroughly first. Got that, Dutha?
Yes'm. Contaminated water should be boiled. Okay, that sounds easy enough. So, boiled water is safe?
It's mostly safe, but still a bit radioactive. What you really want is purified water.
Oh, purified water. Okay, how do I get that?
You can build machines that will do it for you, and that's the most reliable way. Building them requires some space and time and plenty of materials. But on my way up here from Watoga, I found purified water occasionally in supply caches and medical kits. So keep your eyes peeled.
If I boil water, and that's mostly safe, aside from a teensy bit of radiation, what about tea? Most folks around here are tea drinkers, as you know. I recall many a night sipping tea on the stoop, watching lightning bugs, and reading a book in peace and quiet. Tell me that's still okay, Kesha?
Oh, bless your heart. It's probably as good as boiled water anyway. Maybe even better if you add anything medicinal to it. Some survivors add all sorts of flowers and herbs to boiled water, and they swear by it. Personally, I stick with purified water. To each their own.
Okay, got it. Switching tracks a bit. I know you're awfully busy with your latest research in Flatwoods. Can you explain that a bit?
Of course. I'm testing local, natural water over time in Appalachia. Gathering data, monitoring the radiation and contamination levels, all of that. I analyze the data in my lab to look for long-term trends and use those trends to determine how we can use the water right now. We use the water for more than just drinking, you know. It feeds our plants, which feed our animals, so we need to know how things are changing.
You got a lot of work cut out for you. I'm glad you joined the responders. That data sounds invaluable.
It is. I've integrated the data collection and research into the Responders Survivors Volunteer Program as well. I am still a teacher, after all.
Wow. Then there you have it, folks. Thanks for talking with us today, Kesha. And thanks for showing us all how to live a little safer.
Class dismissed.
All right. Now, those survivor stories and stuff are so long, we are basically at the end of the time here. Why don't we do this one last thing here? Boil the dirty water using wood fuel. I actually don't know how much wood I've got, but hopefully I have enough. If not, there are wood piles all around us here. There we go. Okay. But yeah, there you go, wood pile. And now check in with the self-serve kiosk. We'll do that real quick. Message of the day: Survivors Guilt meetings are held every night in the funeral home. Check volunteer status. Okay. Sending data to responder Kesha's terminal for additional analysis. Done. Updating volunteer status with the responders database. Done. You must complete one more experiment for the responders to become a full volunteer. Transferring course to your external hardware. Done. Report to responder Delbert Winters for further instructions. Okay. There you go. That completes the quest. First things first. And let's see what we get for that. Plan for the chemistry workbench, 6 boiled water, 38 rounds, and some radaway that has been diluted. That starts the quest. Second helpings. Continue training to become a volunteer for the responders. Okay, but again, it's been about half an hour, so we're going to pick this up next time. It's going to be kind of slow going for the next couple of videos as we get through all of the lore available here in Flatwoods. This has been the Resolute Cartographer. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again next time.